Hello everyone, welcome to the 5-Minute Discovery Channel. Canada is a charming country, where peace and dynamism blend perfectly. From stunning landscapes to wild nature, Canada is truly a destination not to be missed. Standing out among all is the capital Ottawa, a beautiful city with many interesting things. However, many people often mistakenly think that Toronto is the capital of Canada. But the truth is that Ottawa is the heart of this country. Known as one of the most livable places in the world, Canada possesses many unique features, from customs to culture, that make visitors surprised and amazed. When you set foot here, you will be immersed in the magnificent beauty of nature, enjoy rich cultural experiences and discover unique traditions. Canada is not only a place to rest but also an unforgettable journey of discovery. Canada, with a land area of 9.1 million square kilometers, stands proudly as the second largest country in the world. Located in the upper half of North America, Canada borders 3 oceans, the Pacific, the Atlantic, and the Arctic. In fact, the country has the longest coastline in the world, an impressive figure that no other country can match. To the south, Canada shares nearly 9.00 kilometers of land border with the United States, the longest border in the world. Most Canadians live within a few hundred kilometers of the border with the United States, creating a diverse mosaic of life and culture. There is an interesting story about the origin of the name, Canada. In the 16th century, when French explorer Jacques Cartier set foot on this land, he overheard the natives using the word Kanata in everyday conversation. In the native language, Kanata means village. Cartier and his expedition mistakenly thought of this word as the name of the entire land. And from there, the name, Canada, was born, becoming the official name of this country. Canada is notable not only for its vast area but also for its geographical diversity. From towering peaks to vast grasslands and fertile farmlands, this country owns more than 21.00 majestic mountains and more than 2 million lakes. With its stunning natural landscape and rich ecosystems, Canada is not only a large country but also an impressive and attractive destination. The Canadian flag is one of the most recognizable flags in the world. With a simple yet meaningful design, the flag features a red rectangle with a white square in the center, within which is a prominent image of the red maple leaf, the country's national symbol. The red and white of the flag are more than just decorative colors, they carry profound messages. The red of the 2 side bands represents the oceans that surround Canada, including the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans, and emphasizes the vastness of the country's territory. The white square in the middle, where the maple leaf is, represents peace and the unity of the Canadian people. The maple leaf is not only a national symbol but also reflects the harmony and diversity of Canadian society. Whether you are of English, French or from anywhere else in the world, when you become a Canadian citizen, you share the same flag, living in a harmonious community. Moreover, each maple leaf has a similar shape, symbolizing the unity and closeness of all Canadians. According to the latest update from the United Nations on April 6, 2021, Canada's population is approximately 37,992,300, just shy of 38 million. Despite its enormous size, Canada is currently the 39th most populous country in the world. However, the country is a culturally diverse mosaic, with Canadians representing more than 250 different ethnic origins and ancestries. Approximately 20 million Canadians are of European descent, 2 million are indigenous, and large numbers come from China, India, Southeast Asia, and many other countries. Canadian culture is a colorful blend of British, French, and American cultures, reflected in many areas such as movies, books, cuisine, and sports. The influence of British and American culture is particularly strong in English-speaking areas, while French culture is more prominent in architecture, music, and cuisine in French-speaking areas. Although both French and English are official languages, each region has its own distinct culture, with French influence being most prominent in Quebec and New Brunswick. The unique cultures of Canada's Aboriginal peoples also continue to exist, especially in the northern part of the country. An interesting point about the Canadian flag is the prominent red maple leaf in the middle. Why the maple leaf? That's the interesting story of this country. Throughout history, the maple leaf has been a symbol of Canada since the wars of the 17th and 18th centuries. When European nations explored and exploited Canadian territory, the military used maple leaves to mark fertile lands. By the mid-19th century, the maple leaf had become the official national symbol for cultural events and was chosen to be printed on the Canadian flag. Another interesting thing about Canada that many people do not know is that it is the capital of lakes. You may imagine Canada as a cold country with lots of snow. But in fact, this country owns some of the largest and most beautiful lakes in the world. Yes, Canada has more lakes than we think. And these lakes are extremely charming. About 20% of the world's total freshwater is currently contained in Canadian lakes. Some of the largest lakes, such as Lake Louise, Moraine Lake and Abraham Lake, have become globally famous tourist destinations with the characteristic emerald green color. The Great Lakes region, near the Canada-US border, is the largest lake system in the world, with Lake Superior, the largest of the 5 lakes, having an area larger than the Czech Republic. With its unique combination of diverse culture and majestic nature, Canada is an unmissable destination for those who love to explore and experience. Basketball, one of the most popular and developed sports in the United States, actually originated in Canada. Invented by combining elements of American football and soccer, basketball has become a major part of the global sports scene, but few people know that the sport originated in the land of maple leaves. Canada, famous for its cold climate, is a place where you can experience extremely harsh winters. Imagine a winter morning in Canada. You wake up and have to break through a thick layer of snow covering your car after a good night's sleep. This is not an uncommon scene. The average January temperature in Ottawa can drop to -14.4 degrees Celsius. But don't let these numbers fool you, because this is only a small part of the Canadian winter picture. The lowest temperature ever recorded in this country is an astonishing record, on February 3, 1947, in a small village called Star. The temperature reached -63 degrees Celsius. That's a temperature comparable to what you would find on the surface of Mars. When you set foot in Toronto, Canada's most famous and vibrant city, you will be impressed by its modernity and outstanding amenities. One of the most notable features is Path, a network of underground pedestrian tunnels that connects a series of shopping and office areas in the city. With more than 30 kilometers of tunnels, Path is not only an underground transportation system but also the largest underground shopping complex in the world, with up to 371.600 square meters of retail space. At the northernmost point of the network is a bustling bus station, while the southernmost point leads to a large office area. Path not only helps people escape the cold of winter but is also a vibrant commercial center, reflecting the development and innovation of Toronto. When talking about the uniqueness of Canada, it is impossible not to mention the coffee culture of the people here. Canada is consistently ranked among the top coffee-consuming countries in the world, and Tim Hortons is the national coffee brand. But what is so special about the way Canadians enjoy their coffee? Unlike many other places where coffee is often served with milk, sugar, or even eggs, Canadians love their coffee with cream. While drinking coffee with cream may be a way to cope with the harsh winter cold, it is also an indispensable part of the daily routine of the people here. Cups of coffee with a rich layer of cream not only bring warmth but also help Canadians start the day with energy and refreshment. As mentioned, Canada's history has been heavily influenced by British, French, and Aboriginal cultures and traditions. This cultural exchange is reflected not only in the language, art, and music, but also in the unique communication habits of Canadians. Interestingly, Canadians take apologies very seriously. It is not only a sign of politeness but also an integral part of their communication culture. In fact, this has its roots in the influence of European countries, especially Britain, and many people from other countries are surprised to see Canadians frequently saying sorry, even when it is not their fault. In addition to its fascinating cultural features, Canada also stands out for its unique and strange legal regulations. For example, Canadian alcohol laws stipulate that you can only bring alcohol from one province to another with the permission of the alcohol regulator. Another odd rule is the ban on hanging clothes outside. In many Canadian communities, hanging clothes outside was once banned because it was unpopular. However, some provinces have now begun to abolish this rule, allowing people to hang their clothes outside more freely. In the city of Halifax, Nova Scotia, there is a strange rule that taxi drivers are not allowed to wear short-sleeved shirts. This rule is intended to help drivers dress more politely, thereby creating sympathy with passengers. Finally, another interesting rule is the ban on baby walkers. Since 2004, the Canadian government has banned the sale of all types of baby walkers after finding that using them can slow down the development of children's motor skills. Since then, Canadian children have had to learn to walk the traditional way. And that's the special thing about the beautiful country of Canada, the second largest country in the world. Thank you for following this story. If you find it interesting, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell and share. Every day, we will premiere 2 new videos at 11 AM or 7 PM. Hello and see you again.